Okay, Dave, somebody asked us, how do you know when it's time to transplant your seedlings into the greenhouse or into the garden?
Yeah, there's a couple things you can check, and one is you can always look at the manufacturer of the seed to get an idea of one thing is the time frame. They should be able to give you an estimate of how soon you're ready to transplant. That's one thing. The other is you can start to look at the plant itself, and we'll look at these beautiful tomato plants here. And a couple things. What we're looking for is these initial leaves that come out right here. What's the status of them? And then as you look up above the plant, do they have more leaves growing? So these are called true leaves. These are called seed leaves. And I don't know if you can see in the video, but they're starting to die off. So that's a really good indicator. And then the other is, have you hardened off the plants? And that is you're exposing them to the elements. So we're actually in our little hoopty greenhouse right now. And we've been regularly exposing these plants to the elements. Which a big one out here is wind, so you can't see it, but on the south side here we've opened it up a little bit to give them some wind, and that just helps strengthen the plant itself.
Okay, Dave, talk about the planting strategy for us this year.
So this year we're doing things a little bit different, and we're going to do some things where we're going to actually dedicate these hoop houses behind me to some specific plants. So this one's on the south side. In the prior year, we primarily dedicated it to tomatoes, green beans, and a few other things. And this year, we're actually going to dedicate this to primarily lettuce. And the biggest reason for that is we've got a lot of customers that want it, and we really need to put some emphasis on that specific product. The other is we're doing a regular rotation, and that's just healthy for the soil. As you plant the same thing over and over, it can bring with it its specific challenges, which is disease and bugs. And by rotating it, you can help stem off some of those challenges a little bit. So in the south side, we're going to focus on lettuce. And then the one just a little bit further north, we're going to focus on tomatoes and green beans. And we're really looking forward to that because we really haven't had a dedicated house to those two things, which are also very popular. Just to the north of that is open space, and this is where we'll plant pretty much everything else. Everything else being, we'll plant lettuce and tomatoes outside, cucumbers, and looking forward to showing you how we actually grow those because we use, of course, cattle panel as much as humanly possible here on the farm. But it's actually great for vine growers because they love to grow upward. It helps to address disease challenges, and harvesting is significantly easier. So as you look this direction, which is north, again, really pretty much every other product that we have that we're going to grow, every other veggie, watermelons, cucumbers, other melons. So we're going to do sugar cube melons. That's going to be this direction as well. Further out, we're going to this year we're going to try sweet corn out in the field. We're also going to grow field corn, which we're going to harvest ourselves and turn that into some cracked corn for our birds. So we're really looking to do a holistic approach with what we're growing this year, and that gives you a little bit of an overview.